Don't forget your lollipop! There! All better! Calm Mundo in morning! Sure, you hurt Mundo good! Me can take it. Oh, patience! Where are you?
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll show you how to play Mundo. So his passive, you get that extra HP regen based on your maximum health, so HP is a very important stat. The second part, the new thing on Mundo is that he will block the next incoming immobilizing ability. Instead he will lose some HP and then he will drop this canister. You can walk nearby that canister to pick it up and then you will get some HP back. Keep in mind though that the enemy can also pick it up. If you pick it up though, then you will also reduce the cooldown of this passive. So this passive is made to make it harder for people to kite this champion. And then of course his Q that you normally want to be starting with is a single target damaging ability that deals damage based on the target's current health, so it deals a lot of damage once they're maximum HP. Especially into tanks, you can see once you have fully maxed out this Q here, you can see it hits like a nuke. So that's at level 9. And then you take your E level 2 here, so it is an auto attack reset that gives you bonus AD passively. And if you kill something with it, execute something with that E, then that corpse will be thrown in a line, also dealing damage. So you can use that to poke people with, stay in the minion wave, and then once the minion is low HP, you press E. You throw that E towards the enemy champion and use that to poke them with. The W guys, that's also a new thing on Mundo, is that once you press it, then you have this thing going for 4 seconds where it will deal magic damage, and then it will also store some of the damage you have been receiving. And then you can recast it if you want, or you can let it expire, so it detonates by itself. Once it detonates though, then it's going to deal magic damage, and it's also going to heal you. It's gonna heal you for 100% of the damage you have received if you hit enemy champions with it. And if you don't hit any champions, then you will only heal for 50%. The Mundo is a scaling champion. It is a champion that relies a lot on his healing to get through these extended fights. So, of course, he does get countered by these anti-healing items. But he's very good in extended fights. Picked up an easy first spot right there, so that's nice. Of course you can poke people a lot with that Q guys, that's what you want to do. It does cost some HP, but if you hit the enemy champion, then you're going to get some HP back. And that slow on that Q is really important because it allows you to catch up to people. We can just go ahead and recall here, and then we want to wait until we have enough gold for the sender, and then we can teleport back to lane. The first mythic item, you can go for any of the tank items, or if you want some more damage, then you can also go for the bruise items. Like the gourd ringer for example is also really nice to have. Nice, got that last hit with that Q right there, so of course really good at setting up ganks as well, because he constantly has that slow on his Q, so if the opponent is pushed up, then it's often a very easy gank. And we got that level 6 right now, so once you use it, then you will heal for 20% of the missing HP. You also get some bonus AD, and you also get some bonus movement speed while you constantly regen health. So this is what makes him really good in extended fights. He'll be able to tank a lot of damage as the frontliner for your team. But this is also where anti-healing items really start countering him. But because your health regen is based on your maximum HP, that's why you want to go for these items that give you a lot of HP, like the Warmogs. And the tank mythic items instead of the AD ones. You can of course go for the bruiser mythics as well. The Divine Sunder is also a really good one that I have tried, and Gore Drinker also works. But for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go for the normal tank items. As for the champions he can do really well against, of course mages, because they don't have consistent damage. Other tanks, because he deals damage based on health, current health and such, then he's great against tanks. And also against mages, but he struggles a lot against something that can shred tanks to pieces, like a Fiora, you know, a Vayne and such, champions with true damage, and champions who deal consistent damage based on maximum health. But you know, if you see a champion or enemy team where they have a lot of mages, champions with AP magic damage, then Mundo can be a really good pick, because they struggle a lot dealing with him. Because to take down Mundo, you need high consistent DPS with maximum health damage or true damage, and that's something Vayne has. That's why he struggles a lot against these champions, but he can do well against the others. Honestly, you just try to poke the enemy champion with the Qs, get that grasp going. Once that's activated, then you can walk in, auto attack the enemy champion, then use your E immediately right after, because it's an auto attack reset, and then you get a quick trade off, and then you come back. You pretty much keep doing that until the enemy champion is low enough HP to the point where you can just all in. Just keep pushing here, activate that ultimate guys, get their bonus movement speed going, and then we can just run him down. Get a lot of AD from that E guy, so he's a tank who deals a ton of damage at the same time. And don't remember that your E scales with your bonus HP. So that's another reason why having a lot of HP is really important on Mundo. Just keep pushing here, take another plate guys, and then we can just back off. We have a lot of gold. So you can recall and get the first mythic item. This one gives a little nice slow on the opponent, so it makes it even harder for them to escape you. On top of that, we also have velocity in the secondary inspiration tree. That makes it so when you see the enemy champions, then you get some bonus movement speed towards them, so it's easier for you to catch up, while it's harder for them to escape. And with that new passive guys, it's also a lot harder for them to kite you, so they're really trying to make Mundo viable in higher tiers of play and competitive as well. Any W is basically your wave clear, so you want to stay in the middle of the wave once you use it. Combine that with your E and then you actually have some really good wave play even though you're playing a tank. So just try to spam that Q as much as possible onto the enemy champion. Once they're low enough HP, that's when you all in them. See how hard that Q hit right now? That's why it's so good to max out. Because once it's maxed out, then it will deal 30% of the target's current HP. And that is an insane amount. We just hit a few Qs and he's almost half HP, so that's how you want to do it. Just keep poking with that Q, guys, and then of course if they are in melee range you can walk up and get that grass proc, and if they have no way to escape then you can also just pop that ultimate to go for the all-in.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
Just gonna spam that Q, get that tower plate as well. Whenever he walks up, that's when we try to be as annoying as we can. Now he's really low HP, so if he stays for the next wave, then we can tower dive him. So he is staying, so now we can look for the tower dive. We poked him down a lot with those Qs, the cleavers, so we can just go all in, make sure to pop that ultimate and your W as well. So get some extra healing back, and that was a pretty free kill as well. So now we can go ahead and take the tower, so this will be the first tower of the game. So he doesn't have as good clear. If you play him jungle, then he doesn't have the best clear, early game clear anymore. Previously he used to be able to clear insanely fast because his W could be a permanent toggle if you wanted to. Now it just expires after a short duration. Still good though, but not as strong as it was previously. We can go ahead and get the armor boots here because a lot of the champions rely on auto attacking, and then we can go for the warmugs. We want to go for the warmugs because this champion scales with a maximum HP, his healing, his damage as well because of the E. So you're able to make use of this warmugs really well when you play Mundo. The silence also fed, so armor boots extremely important. You can see how insanely well we are tanking them. They're also trying to kite me really hard here, but you can see we are tanking almost 4 people at the same time, and we are also getting away. So this is what Mundo is capable of if you play him into the right team and you got your items. We almost killed Senna right there, that would have been really nice because he had that massive gold bounty, but we're already a massive frontline for our team. That's fine, he executed at the tower, so they're not getting gold for it, so that's great. We can just head back top lane. The dragon is spawning actually. They should definitely focus that down, but they don't have the ADC with them, so I'm not sure if he should be trying to focus that down. That's a nice solo kill on Aurelia as well. I could have walked straight to the dragon right here, but I don't want to be losing too much gold and XP, so I just push out top wave and then we can head back. Now you can pop your ultimate at the start of the fight, or you can also pop it late. It depends on what your objective is. If you just want to chase people down, then you can use that ultimate with a bonus movement speed. Chase people, but if you want to go for extended fights, then you can also pop it later on because it will heal you based on your health, based on your missing health. As you can see, champions like Diana can do absolutely nothing against us. She does not have the damage or the maximum health damage or any true damage, so these are the types of champs Mundo is good against. We're just a gigantic frontline for our team, and this is how you want to play him. You want to stay in the front line, you try to be as annoying as possible with a Q. Try to slow people, and once somebody is out of position, then you just run them down. You can see right here that anti-CC passive 9 bot stun, so it is extremely useful. That does help a lot, because that is something Mundo struggled with previously, is that people could just kite him endlessly. But now it's much harder for something like Bart to escape against us, because his only CC without his ultimate is his Q. And we can completely block out his first Q, so it's harder for people like that to kite us. And this Raven is going way too ham. He's not respecting the enemy team at all. That's a very fit Senna as well, and she's one of the hardest scaling ADCs in the late game because she can get so many stacks, so that's something we had to worry about. But if we get a melee range of her, then she cannot do anything because she doesn't have high DPS. Because she can't use too many auto attacks. She has delay on her auto attacks compared to something like a Vayne. So we can focus her down in fights and keep her out or away from our team. Just keep pushing topside. We do have the tower destroying rune in the result tree, so we can push a lot faster. This game here, I went for the standard tank items, right? But if you're playing against someone who relies on healing a lot, then you can also get the Bramble West early on. And Diana is such a free kill. Mundo is also really great at tower diving because as his ultimate you can see how much we are healing and how fast. Playing against something like a Fiora relies so much on her passive healing, then you can get that Bramble West before you upgrade your other items. Yeah, stay in the side lane if you can, because when you do have teleport, then you want to be in the side lane. When you don't have it, that's when you have to be more careful and try to hover around your team, so if they do end up getting caught, then you can be there in time. You see, we are shredding this Cho'Gath even though we are building full tank. That's the power of Mundo, guys. Stanley good at tower diving as well because he gets so much HP back. You just tower dive a tank, just like that. That Q is also so satisfying when you hit an enemy champion. You get so much damage and then you also get your HP back and you also get that slow. So if you are constantly able to hit those Qs, then you're going to see yourself winning a lot more lanes. Wow, we still tank for a lot, but that's not enough for the ultimate, so we overextended quite a bit here. Doesn't really matter though, because now we have Thornmail, so now Aurelia is also non-existent against us. This is very good when you play against champions with a lot of healing, so Aurelia And basically any ADC, because their healing is completely gone once you have this Thornmail. Oh wow, this Talon is getting kited. You can go ahead and use the teleport if another fight starts. Just go ahead and teleport in the sides here so we can get a flank off in case they overextend. Then we can just run them down. That's all you do on Mundo. You just face tank people with that ultimate. Be as annoying as you can. And that mythic item slow is also really useful. So we can just go for the main tower here, but we probably will not be able to take down the inhibitor because the enemy team is spawning soon, so take the tower and then we can go straight to the dragon. Now it is actually the perfect dragon for tanks because this is the one that gives you bonus resistances, so this is the one you need. It also gives you a shield once you get the soul, so it helps you tank more for your team, and that is pretty much what a frontliner needs to do. Needs to soak up as much damage as possible. And just walk up here and keep Diana away. As you see, she cannot escape us. She has absolutely no chance. Because of these cleavers, if we constantly manage to hit her, then she's just gonna be permanently slowed and she will never have enough damage to fight us, even if she bought anti-healing. So now we just need to go for the Dray or the Baron, and then we can go ahead and end the game. We took down the enemy jungle, so the Baron is free. Draven should be here and help us, but he's doing Draven things, trying to go for those 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3s for no reason. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense though, but take the Baron and then we can go ahead and end. It does take a while though, since we are only 2 doing it. If we had the ADC, then it would have went a lot faster. And they did FF as soon as we got the Baron, so that was the video. As always, thanks for watching and see you all in the next one.